Hi guys, Steph here. So I wanted to show you the mat I've been working on, canvas or meditation mat. If you're going to place it right on a carpet or anything, it could go as a yoga mat cover, as well as tapestry. But nonetheless, it is written in the word of abundance, and that is the large black dot running through. The abstract background has been infused with obviously the energy or chakra colors to add into the abundance of energy. So we will be scrying this mat. I'm going to add on Terra and Oracle along the way. I apologize if there's grass and whatnot, but should you be interested, this mat will be one of one and in the description for you to enjoy. Signed, authenticated. Let's get going. So it'll be a little bit of a juggle because one, we're outside and hopefully you can hear me okay. Two, typically if it was my personal practice, I could be doing yoga or meditation in different positions and I would be focusing on certain parts or different parts at one time versus maybe the whole mat. But we're going to do our best. So I'm going to start down here in the red root. We have here priorities and tree of life popping out to support. So we'll start with that. Interesting how the priorities, looking at the triangle, obviously this one starts with the red as well with the tree of life. Both going up to the gold, which is amazing. So I see sailboats and I see people working also like in a speed racer kind of situation, like maybe in a fast motorcycle, working your way through any especially if you have children, ensuring that you're giving them a higher frequency of your DNA as one might have repaired your own from the past. And these alligators are supporting, because I'm seeing these as like the speed racer from, I think it's the show Speed Racer, and then also from Star Wars. So anything that you're giving to your children, you're very, very aware of the abundance of it. The Akashic Records and Kundalini untapped energy. This is what's also being supported here while we're in the root space. The Akashic Records, you're very aware, you can be very aware and evaluating how you were raised, what worked, what didn't, what needs to be tweaked, what worked for then but needs to evolve into this day and age. So it's like an evaluation for an evolution, but without, even if there is like damage, trauma, it's transmuting that into what was untapped energy because maybe it was stuck in trauma or tragedy, and being able to evaluate it and draw it up into untapped energy that can actually fuel the coming ages, children, or time frames, or simply for your DNA in general. I'm going to move up into the sacral here. Okay. So we might need to do a little creative shifting around here just because I'm trying to move with you guys, but that's okay. We'll allow that to take place. All right. See, now I'm just adding grass. Well, at least you know if you decide to buy this mat that you've got my stank all over it. Hilarious. So I'm seeing Snuffleupagus, long chunks, Snuffleupagus. I'm also seeing Bart Simpson. I'm also seeing Spot the dog. And I'm seeing people play chess or something. Life purpose and new beginnings. So maybe this is, if you're here with me right now, at least for the reading, and you're not interested in the mat, and that's cool, just simply, scrying in a different, same but different way. Sacral in that, how do I say? It's like I might have many purposes, and this is just like another beginning of a different putting one into play, watching these people play chess. Actually, what they're playing with is creating a butterfly, and it's going to turn into a key. That's what it's going to do. It's smooth. It's smooth. But even like the wisdom to play the game has taken some time. Snuffleupagus might have been slow or steady. And I'm also seeing like a large horse and a small llama or goat in there. It's quite adorable. Quite adorable. I'm going to shift into the solar plexus here. I really hope you can hear me, but thank you so much for joining me. You're here for this holistic message. I'll put it under a playlist, I believe, called Holistic. Maybe Mat Messages or Sacred. Or maybe it's just spontaneous. Mats take a little bit longer to create than other offerings. But we're outdoors for now. It's nice. So we're in the solar plexus area, abundance of solar plexus. So beauty has come out. And that's beautiful that beauty in and of itself has come out. It's so yellow and golden. I'm seeing an adult Winnie the Pooh. Adult Winnie the Pooh, still with his hand in the honeybee basket. And in the solar plexus, we're drawing in the abundance of beauty and blessings. That's worth getting up for. It's also in like this kind of like spaceship ordeal. That feels really well. I'm also seeing Piglet. Piglet has children. Okay, whether it's about actually having children, another little humans running about, or what you're reproducing here. Courage, financial health, and empowerment as we're wandering into the heart from the spaceship of the solar plexus. I'll bring these up for you. Hopefully you can see them again. I really have little to no idea. It's like scrying blind, interestingly enough. And coming down into the heart of the courage, financial health, and empowerment. I'm seeing a big energizer bunny, exclamation points. All roads lead into the heart, excuse me, and then excitement expands and emanates out from the heart. That's how I'm seeing that. In and out. I'm also seeing though like a moat boundary. Sometimes it does take courage to hold a boundary well. It doesn't mean being, a bullshitter. It's just holding that boundary with beauty and blessings, but empowering your own energy because it's being expressed out. There's something going on in here as well. It's a crystal. Actually, I feel like a crystal spaceship. Interesting. How do I say that? Even in the, there's a horse and a fish speaking in the negative space of the background. Humorous healing is definitely coming through. And something connecting, it's like the heart has its own crown, third eye connected to the solar plexus. Strength and courage have come through together. I think the heart, in this space anyway, the heart and the solar plexus will really culminate to create a particular energy that is serving abundance. That the solar plexus shines, and perhaps to this root consideration of priorities and purpose and a new beginning. Even this moment could serve as the new beginning, right? Just by being here together. Self-love and nurture, green heart healing. Like, how perfect is that as we are in the heart space? Self-love, nurture. There's that crystal. It's in that heart card. Again, no idea if you can see it. I still have no idea if you can hear me, but we trust. All right. So as I am moving farther away, hopefully you can see everything okay. My efforts to show you the cards will remain, and we've just got Mother Nature abundant here, but I suppose sitting on a mat of abundance. Clarify, clarify, clarify. Coins. What's the irony of that? Coins and abundance. So for me, I tend to see this space right here, especially from your point of view, as like the threshold angel. We're moving from the lower densities of Earth, the Earth existence, to the upper realms, third eye, the crown, etc. And then we have here Wheel of Fortune, where things really start to turn around. Not even turn around because they're nasty Nellies, but to turn around because we are like shifting, right? Higher perspective, looking down towards our earthly existence, and our earthly existence being the roots looks up towards the higher realms for inspiration, whatever the case may be. Really, to fulfill the way I'm feeling it in this moment is to fill abundantly all the areas with high frequency food fuel to help and have the courage and strength to maintain what's needed, to not take in lower frequency food and think that's what we deserve. I'm seeing a cookie monster here in the throat, and I'm seeing the throat is like really the mouth of the voice box. And I'm seeing a star, a diamond star that connects into the owl of the third eye. These two really talk to each other. It's almost like whatever the third eye is sensing, it's like there's an easy flow, or maybe that's what we're adding right now, an easy flow towards the voice to speak it, to say it. Even if you're, not new with me, scrying with Steph, like, say a whole bunch of nonsense, but I just trust and I wander into it. No one else is going to hold space for me to say what I see, sense, or feel. So I hold that, and I appreciate and open up to support from others that do. And this space, this mat, even this beautiful blot of a boundary could be that space for you to say, I see this, I see that, I sense this, and it'll be different every time. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like you know. So we have well-being that has come up as well, which is what we're here for. Well-being of the throat, being hungry, but not starving. You know how people like get hangry? So you start saying things and doing things when you're hangry that you might not necessarily mean later when you're full. So I'm seeing like something like monitoring the hangry meter and willpower. So well-being and willpower came through while we're in the voice space here, right in the throat. And it's always that age-old saying, right, that our words are spells. It's also one of the reasons I admit, like, the word wants to be written, or the power of the word. Why a lot of the times, for me, the main ink blot of something is usually a word, a name, an intention, something along that lines, because I appreciate or wish to meet the word, right? And see what it means for me, or at least explore it. So I share that with you should it be of any sort of support for your well-being and your willpower, the willpower to speak positive things to yourself. And if you're trying to turn the wheel, turning the wheel, not try, you're turning it. Maybe you want to speak yourself rich, then speak yourself rich. 5th house, where you have fun, romance, and create things you're proud of. Your voice might very much so be directly connected to your sacral. For some, your speech might be connected to your sacral. Just throwing it out there. I'm shifting my tush like a lady, like wobbling back. And we're drawing right up into the third eye space here. I'm seeing like one of those, I don't know if you remember, like back in the day, they had those like jousting games. Like everything was covered in foam. Not to say that it wasn't, you know, harsh or competitive, but I'm looking for balance is one thing. And this is balance between the third eye and the speech. Because I'm seeing a little bit of a worry wart in my speech right now. But it's being worked on by wise turtles. There's even like another little person that's like, I feel like they do one of those like dangerous jobs and they go up even deeper, farther to really help this come into play. Because there's whales here. There's whales motioning about and they're like gravitating for pieces that will help support the third eye to the throat. There is that owl that's in there. It's like he's working controls about something, maybe perspective. Virgos come through, and I will take that. And Sagittarius. Is there anything else for the third eye? The sun. So we have Sagittarius, the sun, and Virgo as we are in the third eye space. If you can see those. And we have a bumblebee over there. There's a humbleness in your ability to discern. That's an abundance of awareness. This is what it makes me feel like. With the Sagittarius and the Virgo kind of coming together, like there's power, confidence, and enthusiasm, faith, good fortune, and authority. I see, but am I saying the same thing? So there's work being done as whatever work you might be doing on your meditation mat, on your yoga mat cover, or just simply hanging it like a tapestry in your wall, let's just say. But maybe you're just here right now and you're receiving from the very message that right now, being here, listening, contemplating, considering is the humble work, the diligency to remember, to help you remember the confidence that's already within you and to receive good fortune, receive good fortunate frequencies. That doesn't mean the message is always positive and or bubbly. A very good positive and fortunate message could be said with authority because in here with the sun coming right up into the crown as we're motioning between the two, and there's a moose in there, a very large moose, and there's a path that leads me up to the crown. And I will get out of the way for you to enjoy, if you can see it, or do I need to come up closer? You're up here. So it seems like these hypnotized eyes. Now I admit I added these in after I was abstractly inspired by what I was seeing. But right up here in the crown space to divinity. And we're going to close out this message together right in this space. The crown to divinity. It's all white, gold, and silver up here, and the antenna. And I'm seeing this like a hangman. Yeah, we are hung between worlds of being a higher self currently incarnate as a human. Is what it is. So let's utilize this and not be hypnotized or stuck in a space of seeing ourselves in one way, shape, or form, when truly going right back up to the beginning, we can say we have many purposes of life. There's many new beginnings. There is. Boundaries has come up. The infinity sign is there, which I don't know if you can see me still, but there's the infinity sign, and the eyes are coming in as the infinity sign. These ducklings, Yep, they're ducklings, which is bringing in good luck and justice. If anyone feels like you haven't had luck on your side, and that's why you're here with this mat message with me today, is because you're you're doing it. Virgo energy, you're doing it diligently, doing it little by little, piece by piece, creating boundaries that are your blessings. This is what, can I come a little bit closer to you? Seeing crow's eyes, protection, you're being protected while you're here. Family, so it's like a murder of crows. And to remember that you are guided by a higher frequency family. And that's all in that purple, the purple of this card, the purple of these eyes of this crow. It's gorgeous. It feels transformational, yeah. I kind of feel hypnotized in this moment in a good way. Like, I'm telling myself all the things that I wish to be abundant in, and being very clear what that means. Authentic self is coming through as I said that. Yes, being very clear to myself and knowing and being compassionate that I'm learning the ways I might want to clarify things. I'm learning the language that may be inspired by different people, different readers, different experiences, but I'm inspired by them. And they all come together to create this one authentic version of who you are, of who I am. That is abundant, the abundant, authentic self. To close out here, we have New Dawn, Welcome Back, Silver Warrior of Light. And this is when we're in the divinity space up at the top to close out this message. And of course, you know me, we could scry this mat a million times. But I will leave that, maybe for another day. The New Dawn, welcome back to who you are. We started off here at this new beginning, Kundalini energy, the Akashic Records of Priority, Tree of Life. And we have climbed all the way through and up to say, hey, welcome back, babe. Welcome back to your sun, to the new dawn, to the new beginning that you want. It's because it's coming from up here. It's being driven down through all the systems for you to walk it. And then every step you take tells and uploads back to your higher self, your source, your soul, whatever you want to resonate with it, to your warrior of life. Download, upload, download, upload. And then here we have orange, connection and attunement, and paddle on, go with the flow. The sacral seems very important. I know that came up earlier in the speech, especially around the throat, but of course it's where that beauty and the blessings are. Right beside the heart with courage and strength and financial health, get that green or that pink ray love. But how I'm feeling it, it's go with the flow emotionally to the best of our ability. That's where all the water is, right? The water of just floating through all the different stages of the upload download current. And every time we paddle, every time we speak, every time we breathe, like the Virgo energy that is so brilliant, and I'm seeing the sacral chess players again, they're communicating with telepathy. I'm seeing them. Yes. Telepathically, they're communicating through the sacral. The card is connection and attunement. Maybe looking at the sacral, if the emotions, we find we're not going with the flow, paddle on. Paddle towards, create the pace, set the pace. Mastery just came out. Mastery, interpretation. And last but not least, on the bottom is nature. Okay, guys, I'm not going to take up too much more of your time here. This is where we're at in this mat. The abundance of mastery, the nature, the many layers of being a natural being, and interpreting everything along the way and allowing it to like go with the flow and be abundant in the areas that truly serve you. Friendship there, we wanted to flip over. All right, friend, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for scrying this mat message. Now that it has been infused officially with a reading, it's been my honor as always. Like, share, subscribe if I didn't say so already, and have a great day. Thank you.